All right, that was a wonderful performance there from Gemma. Looking forward to her wrapping up the show. Now we have quite an intriguing and interesting discussion coming right up. Frances Theodore, a globally recognized social media influencer and entrepreneur. She woke up by 5 this morning and she feels that that is early. So people like me that have to wake up maybe 4:30 and we do it every day. Why is 5 early for you?
To be honest, we're grateful for people like you that have to wake up every that early. But 5 is it's early for me. If it's not a flight, I should be in bed.
What's your routine like? When do you get to sleep? When do you get to wake up? I know you do workout. How do you do all of that? How do you put all of that
together? If I tell you the time I work out, you're gonna send me out of here right now.
It's about you. What fits you? I mean, everybody is unique in their own ways when it comes to that.
So I sleep at midnight. Literally, my phone goes and sleep at midnight.
Okay.
Then I wake up by 9. Actually, I wake up by 8. I let my dog out so she can eat, and then I wake up by 9, and then I work and do things, and I get to gym by 12. It's perfect because there's no one at the gym at 12. Exactly.
I'm telling you, so I wouldn't know, but it's about you now, and that's wonderful. Is that the life of an influencer? Is that what it means to live the life of an influencer?
I wouldn't say, because different shoes for different people, different sizes, but I would say that because as an influencer, you basically work for yourself. So you set your own timeline, you set your own kind of schedule. And I had to, over the years, to become more planned. If not, you just basically, you could be in bed all week, just chilling.
Yeah,
and then one day you wake up and do all your works in one day. But I realized that consistency views a certain kind of diligence, which I need to keep striving in the game. You can't just, go with the flow all the time. So I make sure every week I have plans and goals I have to meet.
Wonderful. Now you mentioned consistency. What does it take? I know I was asking earlier, is it just about posting pictures? How does one start in the influencing journey? Is it just about posting pictures, just pretty, just looking good for the camera and, oh, hey, brands come, I'm an influencer?
I mean, sometimes, if you're lucky, but then again, I would say intention always matters.
Intention. What was the intentional move you made or moves you made to get to where you are today?
Honestly, to be honest, I focused on fashion starting. I was a model before I became an influencer, but the pay wasn't good, child. So when I started modeling, I was able to kind of enter the fashion industry. So when, they do my makeup, I go and I take my pictures, then I post it on Instagram. So that was the base. I actually started with Twitter, and then I moved to Instagram, and then became more consistent there. But the intention was fashion. And then luckily, I also moved into beauty. And then I started YouTube, and YouTube now propelled me to lifestyle, which is where I am now. I'm in fashion, beauty, lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Yes, and travel.
Now, so you do YouTube, and that's one platform that has been getting some kind of, buzz around it this period, especially with Nollywood, Nollywood going into YouTube and all that.
I love that.
But what does it take to make it in YouTube or on YouTube?
First off, be authentic. People can smell fakery from
Are you
across
sure?
the room. Yes, absolutely.
Because people tell you that, look, what you see online is my best moments, my best reels. They might not really be me. I don't even understand what I'm saying. How many times
can you fake it? Because with YouTube, we do long form content.
Okay.
So you can't, no matter how much you want to act a certain way, it's kind of hard, and people can sense it. Because then there are certain reactions you should have to things, and then you're basically trying to form, and people will know that. So I would say be authentic, because honestly, when I started YouTube, I started loving myself more, because I showed certain parts of myself that I didn't know the public would accept. But that's what they loved about me, and that's what I always tell people.
Like what?
I'm very quirky and I'm funny. I could crack jokes all day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but I don't want to steal your show.
No, I'm not. I'm not asking. And then you brought that persona online, and people got to relate with it.
Absolutely.
That's what you're saying.
And then another thing with social media that I don't think people shine the light on is, honestly, when you have a beautiful community, even your insecurities, they love that about you. You might be insecure about something, but people, because you're so authentic, people look at that and that's what they love about you. And it builds your self-esteem.
So you're saying that you don't always just have to put the best and the perfect parts.
Absolutely not.
You can put the parts where, look, nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
So there's always one thing and all that, that you might have there. So you're saying that being authentic, is that what you're saying in some ways actually does help?
It does. On YouTube, they know me, I'm a crybaby. And I
You cry on YouTube?
I do.
Wait. You legit set camera and start crying?
Yes.
What? Why? How? How does that happen?
Well, I'm sorry. I am crying right now, and I can still set my camera.
Okay. And then what are you telling them? Like, are you talking about the situations that made you cry or something?
Yes, and it's also when, let me say, okay, there was this time I was going to Paris, and then they moved my flight abruptly.
Okay.
You know, and I spent so much money. I booked the apartment. There's so much. So I was so sad, and I started crying. And you know, it's from the flow of when I booked the flight. So now they followed you through when you booked the flight, when you were parking, when you were heading to the airport. When you're breaking down because the flight get moved, why shouldn't you show that? It shows you're human. And then someone else that might have an issue and they're crying and they love you so much, they're like, if she could cry over something small, then it's okay.
Yeah, but
to
you
cry.
know, I know that people come up like, but you actually set the camera to cry. Come on,
I
how
know,
did that happen?
I know. I can't lie, it's a bit, yeah. But it's the life we live.
It's the life you live, yeah. It's the life you live. Now you say you're doing lifestyle, right? Yes. So that means it's everything, not just fashion and all of that.
Absolutely.
If you're looking at the horizon now, next 5-10 years, what's on the horizon? What are you seeing?
I'm seeing a lot of more like establishments for me. I'm so business minded. I love.
By the way, is this financially viable? Let's talk about the finances. That's something that we need to talk about also. You left modeling because, like you said, the money was just so there. Money there, she bad day. Are you looking? Is this?
I'm not going to lie. God blesses us from time to time.
It does it pay the bill? Do you meet up to brands, or brands just from out of the blue just hit you up? How does it work when it comes to working with brands?
So when I first started, I had reached out to a few brands, which honestly later on they started working with me. But sometimes when you reach out to brands, there's a very low propensity for them to pay you.
Because why? Now you're the one that
when you come and say, do you get what I mean? Yeah, I can do this for you. Why are you then asking me to pay you? Okay. You know. So when you're
that might be a way to start.
Exactly.
If nobody knows you that much, you might start that way.
It is especially I always tell people, even for when you start influencing and then you need clothes, like collaborate with, like fashion brands, collaborate.
I like that, collaboration.
Exactly.
Let's wrap up with that. How important is that in setting up a brand or anything like yours? How important is collaboration? Because that's something that as Africans that we are not, I would say, people say it's not inherent, that we find it hard to do. Everybody wants to be a boss on their own. Absolutely. Collaboration, how important has it been for you?
I would say one thing, people at the bottom compete, people at the top collaborate, and that's just where it is when it comes to that, because if you're not collaborating, you're in a world of your own. How do you grow when you're not trying to learn from someone else or give knowledge to someone? That's basically how life works. So I'm all about that. I really hope that people are more open to that, because there's a beauty in collaboration. When you come together, it's harder for you guys to be divided than when you're by yourself and you're being.
Do I have to talk to your manager for him to collaborate with you? No.
Not now that we've met.
Francis, thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you. And here's wishing you the best. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
well
that.
done. Well done. Well, there you got it. If you want to start into the influencing game, you might just have to go back on YouTube and take a look at this interview. This might be something that will definitely you'd learn from. That's it. We'll take a time out and stay with us. There's still more to come on show.